This is the Go 2013 or Office 2013 textbook, and we're doing the last chapter, the chapter on integrated projects, and we're doing project 1A, which is on page 889. First thing we have to do is export some data to Excel, and I do not have access on this computer. So what I'm going to try to do instead is import the data into Excel. So I'm going to go to File and Open, and go to Computer and go to Integrated Projects folder. And down here, I've already done this once before. So instead of doing Excel files, what we need to do is do Access Databases, and it'll show us these two. And this is the one for 1A. So I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to enable this. And this is a query that combines the store locations and the managers and matches them up. And that is what we want. So I'm going to click on OK here and click on OK. I'm going to put it starting at A1. And this should match what you see on page 889, except on page 889 it is in Access and we have it in Excel. And now I'm on number 5 at the bottom, and so what I want to do here is I want to do a Save As, and I want to save this in this folder, IP, and I want to call it last name, first name, and 1A sales chart, and click on Save. Okay, and what we want to do is, okay, we want to put our name in here. So Tom, and over here we want, okay, and you need to put your name in those locations as well. And now we're going to turn to page 890, and we don't need to do the export business, and we can skip down to number 9, and we've started Excel and we've opened the file, and so now we should be about the same place as they are when we get to activity 1.02, creating and sorting an Excel table. So it says go to A1, and okay, we're making this into a table, and we've already done that because we imported it. So we can kind of skip this step, and it says go to E1, and we want to sort from A to Z, and now we should match the top of page 891, and now we're going to insert a total row. So this is under Table Tools, and we want to click on Total Row there, and that'll add a row at the bottom for us, and click on E22, which is this cell, and to the right of cell E22 click the arrow and then click none, so we don't want any totals down there. We want to go to C22, and what we want to do is we want the sum of all the numbers that are in that column. So it looks like $108,000, and if we look on the top of page 892, it's kind of hard to read with black on dark blue, but it is $108,000. I may have missed a formatting option here. It looks like these numbers in this column are formatted as currency, so we'll go to currency, but we will decrease the decimal places, and now it looks like that. And actually it looks like they have, instead of currency, it looks like they have the comma style. No, I'm sorry. It's not currency, it's accounting. Let's try it again. Currency is what they have, because they have the arrow up close. But that's really kind of a minor detail. Okay, now we want to start up Word. So here's my Word button on the taskbar. And I want to open the state sales file. Let's maximize this. and we want to open other documents, and I want to go to my computer, and I want to go to my desktop, and I want to go to CSC 110. And integrated projects folder, and I want the state sales file. Open that up, and we're going to immediately save it. And close this navigation window here too in a second. Okay, let's enable editing, and we don't need the navigation window, and we do file save as, and we're going to go to the same folder, and we're going to delete the I0, and we put last name and first name, and save. And we want to insert a footer, and we want the file name. So let's go to our Insert tab here and go to Footer. And we're going to do a blank footer, and down here where make sure you select that because we don't want to leave that there. And we want to go to Document Info, and we want file name, and close the header and the footer, and scroll down, display the table. There's our table, and we want to click in the first cell of the table, which is merchandise. Under table tools, we want to go to our design, and we want under list tables, which is down, we got to scroll down here to the bottom. We want to go to the third row, the last one, which would be list table 3 accent 6, and that's the correct one. So now we should kind of match what's on the top of page 893. On the layout tab in the cell size group, we want to click on auto fit and auto fit contents, which will narrow up the columns, which actually I think makes it look kind of cluttered now, but that's what they want us to do. And now on the table tab, let me see. In the table group, click on properties, and under alignment, we want to click on center, click on OK, and it would have been just as easy to go here and click on your center alignment button on the Home tab. Okay, now we're on page 893, and we just clicked on OK, and we can save our document, and now we're on activity 1.05. Be sure where is the active window on the layout tab in the table group, which is right here. Table group is over here. Click select, and then select table, and that will select the whole table, which we could also have done just by clicking on this little four-headed arrow up here. And we want to go to the Home tab, and we want to copy our table. And then we want to open up Excel. And okay, so now we've got our store locations, and we want to do a new sheet here, and we want to call it sales. And actually, let's do a paste first. They don't get to that for a while, but we'll just do a paste here. And there's our table. And now I want to rename the sheet sales. Okay, just double click on that and type the new one. We want to go to our themes, and so page layout. Okay, wrong. In the themes group, no, not the wrong place. So here what I want is I want Office and click cell A4 and paste it in. Oh, okay, which means that I need to insert some rows. So insert. And now let's take a look at top of page 894, and our stuff looks pretty much like it does in the textbook at the top of 894. Okay, let's go to A4, and for the column width I want 16, so I'm just going to right click on this and choose column width and type in 16 and hit enter. And then I want column width for B through E, and I'm going to right click and do column width, and those are supposed to be 12, and select A4 to A16 and right click and choose row height, and I want 17 and enter, and now it looks like what we see on figure 1.12 on page 894. Okay, now let's go to A1 and type ultimate. Let's try it again. And in A2, type sales by state. And now we've got those entered in there, and we're probably going to do some centering here, some merging and centering. So let's do a merge and center. That's on the Home tab. And we want that to be accent 6. So let's go over here, and that's a little different. We haven't done that before. And in the font group we want 16, so let's make this 16. And then we want to merge and center this. And I bet we do a style here, and we're going to do 60% on accent 6. So that's going to be this right here. So it's going to be a little bit lighter. And we want the font size for that to be 14. So it's a little bit smaller than the top one. And now let's save our Excel workbook, and now we're at the top of page 895. And I want to go to F4, which is right here, and I want to type total sales and hit enter. And go to F5, which is where I am when I hit enter, and I want to do an auto sum here. This will give me a sum of all of my fishing numbers. Make sure you double check the dancing line and hit enter. And I think we probably want to copy this. First we want to change the width to 13. And then we want to go to A17, which is down here, and type the word total. And I was supposed to copy this down, and I did not do that. So let's copy that down. And it said to press tab after I do total, which will get me over to this column. And then I want to do the auto sum. And the fast way to do auto sum here is to select all of them, click on auto sum, and it will take the numbers above every column. And just to make sure, double click and make sure it's adding up the right numbers. Now I want to select the range from A5 to E16, which is right here. And I want no borders for those. So let's go to my borders button here and choose no border. And now that makes it look a little bit like the other stuff over here. Then I want B17 to F17, which is this stuff right here. And I want this to be a total with a single line above and a double line below. If you click off, you can see the lines. And I want to increase the font size, so let's keep that the way it is, and increase the font size by 1. And compare with bottom of page 895, and let's save. Still not sure what the deal is with no border lines over here, but they didn't say anything about doing that, and that's the way figure 1.15 looks on page 895. And we're up around 15 minutes, so it's a good place to stop, and we'll pick up with video number 2 on page 896.